Coming up on Look Today, well, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul of New York State visited our area today to give a presentation and details on the 2018-2019 budget and how it affects the North Country. And we've got continuing coverage of Governor Cuomo's proposal to eliminate the New York State tip credit. We've got those details. Plus, Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership is helping communities in the county prepare for the next wave of opportunity. I've got some of those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, happy Friday. I'm Jay Hood Jackson, this is Look Today. Tonight's program, I sit down with Chuck Fuskanyan, President, Founder, Rockman Record Club. And he's here to talk about the next presentation featuring Hendrix. Because it's Hendrix, this is a two-parter, so this is part two of my interview with him. Plus, I also sit down with Mike Finacci. He's Executive Director of Shelters of Saratoga, and he's here to talk about a fundraiser happening tomorrow to help this important organization. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul of New York State visited Glens Falls today. She gave a state budget presentation, and the event took place at the Crandall Public Library. Now, recently, New York State adopted a $170 billion spending plan. And Lieutenant Governor detailed part of that plan and how it affects the North Country. Well, we were at the library where she commented on Glens Falls' downtown revitalization initiative.
And you think about how significant that is. A community this size, $10 million is a game changer. I mean, look how long it could possibly take to try to piece together all the projects that we're going to be able to fund with this all in one shot. I mean, we're going to wear out our scissors cutting so many ribbons in this area all of a sudden when they get going. So that's been a pleasure.
Wow, it's great news. Congratulations to Ed Bartholomew, by the way, and everyone at EDC. In other news, we got continuing coverage of Governor Cuomo's proposal to eliminate the New York State tip credit. Now, yesterday, government officials representing Saratoga County met with restaurant owners and servers to discuss how this plan could be detrimental to the livelihoods of those in the restaurant industry. Many fear with the elimination of the minimum wage tip credit, customers will not tip servers. And, of course, this would cut into the income of servers by a considerable amount. Now, in addition, to compensate for the raised wages the servers would have to be paid by the owners, restaurants may have to raise prices, could be put out of business. Of course, this is all doesn't sound very good, now does it? Well, we were at the meeting yesterday, and we spoke to Senator Jim Tedisco.
Basically, what he's doing is putting enormous amount of pressure on our small businesses. It's not going to help small businesses. It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt their employees. Their employees don't want the change away from tip wage. And what it amounts to is the unintended consequences of doing things unilaterally for a political agenda and because he wants to run for a higher office.
You know, maybe I don't understand all the details, but that certainly looks like a solution hunting for a problem, doesn't it? All right, switching from news to weather. You can expect rain this weekend, sleet, a little bit of snow. I don't even want to know how the weekend is shaping up, but we are going to do that. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Sponsor with your first look weather update here on Look TV. Our national forecast shows a stationary front nearby our area that extends all the way to about Kansas City. Here's a low pressure with a cold front trailing into the southern plains, bringing a severe weather threat. Blizzard conditions out towards the plains, and we could see a little bit of that wet weather action as you head towards the Capital District. Overnight lows will be on the cool side down to the upper 30s from Clifton Park to Saratoga Springs, about 38 in Whitehall, but 40 in Greenwich. Glens Falls will see an overnight low of 37 degrees. We'll have that stationary front between basically from Buffalo to about Boston. Then we'll have a cold front nearby the Canadian Maritimes. We could see scattered showers. May see a 10 to a quarter inch of rain. North wind about 5 or so miles per hour. On Saturday, we'll have a lot of rain showers in our area. and some of that could be in the form of freezing rain, so be careful on the roadways. Scattered showers, rain showers with upper 30s through the 8 a.m. hour. We'll keep the temps steady, so make sure you not only need the heavy rain jackets, you might want a thermal layer underneath, and you'll see highs generally in the upper 30s for a couple more days for Saturday and Sunday, with that likely chance of rain and snow. Will go all rain with highs near 50 on Monday, 50% chance of showers on Tuesday, so a wet weather pattern is in store for our area. Might see our next dry day potentially on Wednesday, high of 47, overnight low of 31. That was your first look weather update on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Sponsor. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. All right, back to the news. Well, Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership is helping communities in our county prepare for the next wave of opportunity. Now, the initiative is called Next Wave Communities. Now, while Saratoga County is one of the biggest beneficiaries of major capital investment and a diverse economy, some believe that Saratoga County could be benefiting more from these opportunities. The Prosperity Partnership is going to work closely with towns in the county to identify needs and opportunities. The partnership is helping these counties create plans on how they can maximize development. And we're going to be including industries such as retail, transportation, and basic infrastructure. Well, we spoke to the president of Prosperity Partnership, Marty Vanix.
I like economic development at the grassroots level. I think it's important that communities get involved in economic development so they fully understand how it works. There's a lot of nuances, there's a lot of complexity sometimes. There's a lot of things that go on behind the headline. And so the better that those communities and people in those communities understand how that works, the better we can all be at economic development. So I'm really super excited about it.
Great idea. All right, up next, I sit down with Chuck Visconyan, president, founder, Rockman Record Club. He's here to talk about the next presentation featuring Hendrix. It's part 2 of my interview with him. Also sit down with Mike Finacci. He's executive director, Shelters of Saratoga, and he's here to talk about a fundraiser to help this important organization. But first, if you've seen what's happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. That's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. It's Friday, so I want to thank everybody here. Ladies first. That would be Antoinette and Dana. Of course, we've got Andrew, the convincer, and we've got Drew. We have Jack, we have Joel, we have Norm, we have the Bat. They make everything possible this week. And just something about this week. Everybody here thought it was a very meaningful week for us. We always reach out to not-for-profit organizations and organizations that we feel are going to help the community. If you know more about them, raise awareness for them, you get the idea. But this week, I talked to so many passionate, concerned, and interesting people involved in organizations that help those that are less fortunate than we are. I don't think every week will be like this, but this past week, we just met so many interesting people. It's the weekend. That Code Blue Shelter Run is tomorrow morning, Saturday. Get there before the weather hits. High Rock Spring is where it starts. Wait House, a terrific organization in Glens Falls that helps homeless youth, is got their fundraiser tomorrow night, Saturday, 6 p.m., Heritage Hall, which is right at the Civic Center in Glens Falls. It's pizza and some other stuff. I don't know the details. All I know is that it's a great fundraiser for a great cause. And the faculty recital, SUNY Adirondack, is tonight in Glens Falls at one of those churches. As you can tell, that I'm just trying to help people without actually knowing some of what I'm talking about, which nobody here would find unusual at all. You're going to have a safe weekend, everybody. Tracks, new one tonight. Beyond the Headlines, new one. Don't forget, tune in Monday night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.